Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Hello, I'm Billy Coppin, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Post Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
We've never opened the show with the smoker's cough before. Man, look at this. Soon as we go on, bam, the number one brisketeer of Huntsville just walks in and says, I got you, buddy.
What if that's like his sack breakfast?
Dude, what if it's like rocks that he's going to throw at us as soon as we go on the air?
Rotten tomatoes or something.
Wait, did he bring in is that one of those Bud Light limes? What is that he's bringing in here to the Baptist church? Man.
Topo Chico?
Oh, Topo Chico, okay. That looked like one of those those beverages with a splash of lime in it. Boy, what a great way to start the Friday. Topo Chico, brother. Man.
Ooh, it is cold.
Thank you, man. Oh, Baralitos. Did I say that right? I don't wear my Sam Houston ring anymore, and I used to use it to is this a twisty? I used to use my Sam Houston ring. I quit wearing it, the championship ring, and I'd use it to open up the
when you took it
bottle.
off, would your hand start raising on its own?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But can I tell something?
Turn me up. I can't hear me.
Turn it up some.
Turn it up.
You're good.
I like to hear myself rattle.
Here's the inspiration. I'm serious about this.
Do we have inspiration already?
We already have the inspiration. Thank you, Kyle Kreiner, by the way, hooking us up this morning. Was this apple juice, sparkling apple this morning here to start the show? Man, what a great guy. This is great. How do you say that? Barrel. You got to roll your R's.
Oh, that's called a bottle.
Oh.
It's a bottle.
Is that what that means? No, it does not mean bottle.
I don't know what that means.
Burrito. I can't even say it. Burritos. There you go. All right, look at the bubbles in there, man. All right.
You got bubbles going on too. I got bubbles. Oh, look at all these people.
Oh boy, that's great. Boy, thank you, Kyle.
We're gonna have to get like stadium style seating.
No, the inspiration is this: there is a season for everything in life, and sometimes it's time to move past that season. And for me, it was time to move past that season because I'd wear that every day. And I was like, why am I continuing to wear that? Not as as a negative thing,
Yeah.
but it reminds you of your past. And sometimes, you know, it's good that you have your past, but you don't need to be reminded of it. And I started, honestly, man, I'll be straight up honest with you. I started like getting depressed. And I said, why am I depressing myself every day? And so it went into a special place in a drawer, only to come out during maybe a special event, and that's it. So,
like a fist fight or something.
like a fist fight, yeah. There you go. So that's the inspiration this morning. Is remember that some things are just for a season, and maybe you're waking up this morning, you're going through some heartache. You know, you and I had a privilege last night to be around some good people.
We did,
and it's good to surround yourself with good people who are going to lift you up and encourage you. And I just encourage you this morning, find some good people to be around. Billy had, I don't know if it was on this show or after this show, but he had this application here for me. By the way, they're still on the table.
Yeah, nobody's picked them up.
And Billy just went like this to me.
Yeah.
You know, if my hand was the table, he went like this, and he said, "Here, fill this out." That's basically what he told me. And I said, "What is it?" He said, "It's an invitation to join the Elks Lodge." And I've known the Elks because of Georgetown and the work that they do. And, boy, it took, 4 months to get over there?
Yeah, I thought we were going to kick you out just to get you back in.
But I'm really excited, man. It was a great initiation last night.
Mm-hmm.
And Jason Thompson joined us and another gentleman from the Willis area. But I'm going to tell you, man, it's really cool to be part of a great organization that's all about giving back. And good people in there, man. Just good, down-to-earth people. And if you've never been, hey, man, I want to encourage you. Can we bring a guest? Are you allowed to bring a guest over there?
Absolutely.
So if you've never been, come as a guest. We'd love to have you. It's a you know, you hear about these organizations and you think like, oh, that's kind of weird, you know. But then once you get to meet the people, then you're like,
nothing.
no, it's like they probably think I'm weird, you know. Like, who's this guy?
Yeah, don't worry, they let me in. So
Yeah, I figure if Billy's in, anybody's in. So
come as you are.
Come on, buddy. But we want to welcome you in. Thanks for hanging out with us here on a very, very faithful Friday. As always, big thank you to Elliot Herzig from Elliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com for all of your jewelry needs. Hopefully next week we'll get over to CASA and present a check to him. We wrapped up our Heart for CASA campaign a couple of weeks ago. And now shifting gears, there is a lot going on here in the community. Several donation drives are getting underway. We're going to talk about a very important food drive coming up here in just a few moments with our friends from Sam Houston State University. Kathleen Gilbert, Bridget Maloney joining the show again, and we're excited to talk to them here in just a little bit. And then, of course, the Rita B. Huff Drive is going on this weekend to help with pet supplies. That's for HLI Class 43. And then we just announced our save the date. I believe it's June the 5th. I'm bad at remembering things, for the 3rd annual Rays of Hope. So, Billy, you know, man, you grew up here. There's unlimited ways to get involved and help out Huntsville.
Oh, yeah, for sure, especially like when the weather starts getting better. Everyone's having their fundraisers and getting outside and doing things. So, yeah.
This is the first.
If you can't find something to go help with, then you're just not doing right.
You ain't looking.
So
you're not looking. I want to say, you know, this past week and a half has been just crazy. And today's the first day that I feel I'm at like 90%. Yesterday was about 50%. I'm about 90% today. And, man, it's just been crazy with illness. I ran across 2 or 3 people yesterday that were down. One person had just gotten over pneumonia. Another person had a stomach bug. Another person I was talking to got over the flu. And I've been hearing about that. Adult RSV, kids having RSV. I mean, it's been a lot of sickness here in our community. And I wonder how much of it, though, you know, we talk about it, but I wonder how much of it is related to all this pollen that is flying around.
Oh, man, I don't
Good
think
night.
I've seen it this bad in a long time.
No.
Yeah.
In fact, I took the broom.
Especially now that I own a black vehicle.
Now you see every bit of it, yeah.
Every bit of it.
Well, I took a broom. You know, I needed some potting soil, and I just used pollen. I just took a broom and just,
just made a big pile.
Yeah, I had
of it.
about 7 pounds of it last night.
So you went from shoveling snow to shoveling pollen.
Yeah, that's basically it. But yeah, it's hopefully on the up end. The thing was, I got home last night. I guess about 9:30. I stopped by Kroger. And, man, you know, nothing against Kroger. I just never think to go over there because I've been an H-E-B guy my whole life. Mm-hmm. You know, just always H-E-B. And we didn't have a Kroger in the community I grew up in. Well, I went last night for convenience. I didn't feel like going back across town. And so I was like, man, I need to go to Kroger a little bit more often. They had some pretty good deals on it. You know, you always hear like, well, they're much more expensive. They weren't. I mean, some things may be more pricey, but it all evens out. and
I want
very
y'all
nice
to
people.
think back to a couple episodes back when he was picking on me for being a Kroger's family.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Did y'all ever get those shirts made that say we're a Kroger's family?
No.
It's little stick figures. It's on the back of the Tahoe. It has the stick figures, and instead of like the Coffin family, it says the Kroger family.
It's got me pushing the buggy and getting lost because I wasn't paying attention where everybody else went.
Oh, but it wasn't bad. And the folks in there, I love our HEB, obviously too. Zach does a great job over there, but it was not bad, man. It was kind of a different. It was weird. It was a different experience going into Kroger for me, and I watched that documentary, Food Inc. Have you ever watched that thing? And man, it's got me thinking about food, like scary thinking. So for the first time, and I said yesterday on this show with Jason, I said my commitment is one thing a week I'm going to change for my health. Just one, because I can't do one thing every day. I'm going to be honest. I don't have that much self-discipline.
I'm trying to remember if I've seen that one or not.
But it talked about how food's manufactured, and we had to take it for a class at ORU, and I just watched it this week. Man, it opened up my eyes. So at Kroger, man, I'm shopping for like the naturally whatever, and I started reading those ingredients and stuff. I was like, man, glycerin and all that.
Get yourself a bowl of glycerin.
Yeah, get you some glycerin. That sounds like something you put a lighter to and try to stay warm in the winter,
no joke,
know? Yeah. Yeah, Kyle said it sounded like a 90s punk rock band. Coming at you live, it's glycerin. Wow.
We love you, Seattle.
But so I want to be more conscientious about what I eat. And I found last night, I was hungry. I didn't get a chance to eat much. And have you ever had a cauliflower crust pizza? I've had it before at Fat Boys. It's not bad. And so I got this Marghetti. I'm probably saying that wrong. Marghetti. It's like some sort of weird Italian name thing.
Oh, like Mr. Gaddy's?
Yeah, that's a special way of saying Miss Kathleen. That's what we're going to start calling it over there, Miss Stone. Where are you going today? Marghetti's.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good pizza, man. And I looked, and the ingredients, I understood every one of them. And I said, maybe I need to start eating more like this, And I'm wondering, here's the thing. I'm wondering if that's why last night I texted you this morning. And I said, hey, may not. We got started on time. But I was worried because I didn't leave the house till 7:05. You know why? I woke up at 6:38. That never happens. I slept like a baby all night long. And I woke up. I was having the weirdest dream. And I never remember my dreams either. See, it's something. You eat natural. You eat good food for one day, one night, and all of a sudden your world changes.
All over a cauliflower crust pizza.
Yeah, that's it, man. I slept good, and I remembered my dream. The dream was this. We were in some sort of a game, and in order to win the game, you had to be the last one standing. And so I was pushing my friends like off the tops of buildings and stuff in this dream, and I felt bad about it.
But you have a winner's
But I ended up winning, and then it was so weird because then at the end of the dream, I was sitting there thinking like, that's the weirdest dream. In my dream, I said it was a weird dream.
It was like Jimmy Buffett doing the soundtrack, and it was his Last Man Standing song.
No, it was Alan Barnes, the worship leader here at church. He was singing. It was the weirdest thing. Like, he was singing, and then we were pushing people off buildings. But it was like, but then you'd reset. It was like a video game, right? You know what it was? It was like that Rampage game on Nintendo. You remember that growing up, Rampage?
Maybe you shouldn't eat the cauliflower pizza.
Yeah, there was something special in that cauliflower. But do you remember Rampage?
There might not have been oregano on that pizza.
Yeah, I don't know what was in it, man. But do you remember playing that growing up?
No, I remember playing Go to Work.
Kyle, you don't remember Rampage, the video game Rampage? Kyle remembers. You're like this Godzilla thing, and you climb up these buildings, and you rescue. Well, I don't think in the game you rescued them.
The only thing I remember climbing up a building was Donkey Kong.
Yeah. It was. I remember that game. We used to borrow it from a neighbor, but it was on the old NES. It was one of the most popular games back then, Rampage, back in the day. So, anyways, well, that's all I got today, guys. I'm done. We talked about Rampage.
We're not going to talk about Excite Bike.
There you go. There you go, man.
That was the dumbest game that would just suck up hours of your life.
You'd build the ramps and the jumps, and
and they were all just the tabletop. So
Yeah. And all you'd hear is.
well, you ever notice like when you had a wreck, like the competitors, they just got back on their motorcycles and left. But your bike went on this side of the track, and you, like the little man with the diaper, went on the other side of the track, and he had to walk across and get his.
And it would go tuk, 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 and then, yep. Oh, man. Those are fun days.
Wow, that was a late 80s, early 90s flashback.
Do you have NES still? Do you have an NES?
No.
We need to have
James has some type of gaming system. We don't. Nothing.
Well, I still collect the old, just putting this out there. We throw stuff down on this show for people to pick up from time to time. I collect NES stuff. I've got probably about 400 games. I've been collecting them for years. I don't go online to buy them because that takes the fun out of it. It's so easy to go on eBay and say, I want this game. I like to go hunting for them. So I'll go to like thrifts, garage sales. And man, people in garage sales have gotten smart. You used to buy those things. I bought Nintendo systems for $3.
He's like that video I sent you the other day.
What?
I sent him a Facebook reel of a guy blowing on a Nintendo cartridge.
You sent that, the big one?
Did I send it to
Yeah,
you
he
too?
was like playing music on it. Well, no, I collect them, man, and it was cool because I still collect the old computers too. And I brought out one of the old Mac computers from 1987, and my little girl was playing with it the other day. And I always envisioned. I remember when I was younger, I said, I can't wait for one day when my little ones play my old games and computers. And
So you got Oregon Trail?
yes, I do.
Oh man, we're playing Oregon Trail.
Yeah. Forget golf, man. It's all about the Oregon Trail on a monochrome screen.
We're gonna die of listeria or whatever.
Did you play that in school? I don't know if Huntsville had the old green Apple computers.
Yes, we did.
So we had the old. I think they were the Apple IIes, and remember the keyboards were built into the computer, and then you had that old nasty green monitor that sat on top of them. Well, we had Oregon Trail. That was a big one in our computer lab, and when you would pass away in the game, you could leave an epitaph or whatever it is, and there was kids that would get kicked out of class because of the things they would write on those tombstones. Like Kyle's raising his hand saying that was me.
Yeah, we did that. We had Number Munchers. It was a math video game.
You know, the days of technology have changed so dramatically because I remember a guy in our neighborhood had thrown out a computer. This is how I really got it. My uncle and cousin got me into computers, but it wasn't until a neighbor had thrown away a computer. They threw this thing away because it wouldn't work. Well, I took it. I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that if you opened it, look for something that didn't look right. Well, there was a nest in there, man. You remember how you told me about the CB radio? You told me to open up mine and see if there was dirt daubers in it. Well, that was what was in this, man. There was a dirt dauber nest on the power supply. And so I took that thing and cleaned it out, got that computer up and running again. And I went to Walmart, and that's when they sold the big old, remember the huge 5 1/4 floppies, the big old black ones? Well, I discovered that those computers at the school had 2 drives. So, of course, it was so you could copy from one disk to the other. Well, back in the day, and we didn't think anything of it. It was like piracy of the late 80s, early 90s. We would copy those games from school. We'd go to school, and we didn't even think we were kids. I mean, we were probably 6th grade, 5th grade. We had no idea what we were doing would be considered illegal. And so I started taking blank discs that I'd picked up at Walmart, and I started copying all those games and giving them to all the kids that had computers. You can't do that anymore, man. But we had Oregon Trail. We took it and just copied it, and all of a sudden there was 40 copies of that game floating around.
Well, that's like us. You know, we had the 2 VCRs and the dubbing cables, and yeah. If we rented a movie, we owned it after that.
We had like we had the dubbing cables. Do you remember, like Blockbuster Video and all those places? We didn't have a lot of, extra money at all growing up. My parents took really good care of us, but we just didn't have anything extra. And it was a treat for us to go out to eat. It was a treat to go get a soda at the store. I remember on a weekend, my dad said, "Come on, we're going to get some soda," and I'd be so excited because we didn't do it. We had a garden. We never went out and did much, but it was great. I loved my upbringing. But we never had a VCR when I was growing up until later. My dad, I'll never forget the day he called. He said, "Come on, son." He's like, "We're going to go rent a VCR." And we went to H-E-B at the time used to have their own video store built into the H-E-B in Georgetown. And I'll never forget going and renting a VCR unit from H-E-B. You could rent them in this huge plastic case. And I remember taking that thing home and hooking, and you got it for like a week. And they had a deal going where you could get the VCR and get the tapes. And I remember hooking that up, and my dad was worried that it was going to break the TV.
I remember when we got our first VCR, like it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like we got dressed nice, and we got in a car and we went to Houston, and we shopped these places that you went in. It was just console televisions everywhere. And we went from like store to store to store looking for the perfect one.
Having no idea like what you were looking for.
Not a clue. Not a doggone clue. And then on the way home, my mom's like, I wonder what type of video games you can play on it. And I got all excited because, we didn't have anything. I'm like, oh, my God, I get to play video games. And then we hooked it up. And she goes, oh, I guess this one doesn't do that.
It's like took you from here down to here.
Yeah.
Oh, man, times have changed.
Yeah, I mean, like we drove all the way into downtown Houston to buy a VCR. And it was a couple $100 purchase.
Ooh, which
it was like a big deal.
That was about $1,000 nowadays, man.
Yeah. I mean,
we went on.
Remember we had something with a remote control that was on a cord. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to think about. I love to go back and think about those things. And for us, the most excitement was going to Austin. It's kind of like Huntsville is to. Well, Austin was closer to Georgetown, though. It was like Conroe. The distance from Huntsville to Conroe was the distance from Austin to Georgetown. But I'll never forget, there was a Montgomery Ward's. And the most exciting thing about that Montgomery Ward's, there was an escalator. And I remember going there and riding on that escalator. And one of the most distinct things that I ever remember, Nintendo had the Game Boy. Well, they came out with the Virtual Boy. And this was it was a unit that they thought was going to revolutionize video games. It was the first 3D video game unit of its kind back then. And it was this red unit with these goggles. But the thing is, you couldn't put the goggles on. You had to sit at a table with the goggles up in your face like this. Needless to say, they didn't do good market research. This thing tanked horribly. But the graphics were unbelievable. There was no way we could afford the Virtual Boy because it was like $4.99. So we would go to Montgomery Ward's and play it because they had it on display. But I'll never forget, it was on a desk. You'd think if it was goggles, you could like strap it in, right? Mm-hmm. No, they didn't design this thing worth a flip. You literally had to hunch over. That's why I got a humpback. It was from going to Montgomery Ward's. Yeah, that's why my back's all humped up to this day. And you'd have to sit there and go like this and put that thing over. You could only play it for 5 minutes before either you got back pain or you started having, because of all the flashes. I mean, it's a serious thing, what they call it, like epileptic seizures. Kids were literally having epileptic seizures because of all those flashing lights on that thing. So
the memories we made.
The memories. Well, Billy is here. A little extended opening segment because Billy's got to get rolling here before too long. But let us know how things are going at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. I know you guys have been staying pretty busy, doing some great work. I'm excited for our friend who's getting some continued education and learning quite a bit. But let us know how things are going over there, man.
Yeah, he starts mortuary school here in a couple of days.
I mean, that's a calling.
We're going to start calling him college boy or something.
Yeah.
What's up, college?
But it's cool though,
Oh yeah, he's and man, we're excited. We're so excited for him. I mean, I'm glad I don't have to go through it again.
Has it changed? He said that he gets to do quite a bit of it online now. Did you do any of yours online?
Oh yeah, I did a lot of mine online because I was working full time. So people that think that online school is easy until they get in the middle of it and then realize it's harder. Because, like, if you have a question, you can't just, you got to email somebody. You can't just raise your hand. You're stuck.
And the online is usually an adjunct professor, and you're not going to get a reply right away because they've got full-time jobs usually. That's what I'm experiencing at ORU, but they're great. They've been great professors.
Oh, yeah, mine were awesome, too. I wish we could have got him in the same program I went through, but it just the stars didn't align, so we had to scoot over a little bit, but we're going to be fine.
I think it's a testament to remaining in faith. We all have a plan. We feel like we have a plan and a purpose, right? We think this is what we're going to be doing. And you never know where that fork in the road is going to happen. And I believe if you remain in faith that good things are going to come your way. It doesn't mean you're not going to hit bumps in the road. You know, you and I both have hit a lot of bumps in the road over the years. But you never know.
It's a wonder I got any suspension left, you know.
Yeah. I heard your knees last night, you know,
it's pretty bad.
as you were walking, kind of that sound like a rusty spring there, you know.
It's really bad, yeah.
But I started thinking about that, though, Billy, and it's the truth. You know, maybe a little more inspiration this morning is maybe you feel like you're on this path right now and you don't know where it's heading. And I just want to encourage you, just remain in faith and trust that God's got a plan for you, because he does. And you never know where it's going to end up. And I was sitting here during a commercial break one day talking to Jason about what he's doing now. And I told him, I said, I just feel like that's truly your calling, you know, and he is all in, man. He is all in and still running his business and doing a great job. Hasn't quit that and won't quit that because that's his passion. But
yeah, I think he sold 2 of them last night.
Yeah, he did. So, you know, just remain in faith and trust that there's a plan and and know that I don't want anyone to ever feel inadequate. You know, how many times have you ever woken up and maybe going through? I've did this, woken up, and there's been mornings where I'm like, man, I just don't feel like I've got anything to offer. You know, I think at some point in life we all hit that, but don't allow that lie to infiltrate your mind, because every single person has something to offer, and it doesn't matter if it's one person or if you're helping out one person or 100 people. I think sometimes better help that one. The Bible talks about Jesus came for the one. The one is each one of us. And think about that this morning. You know, who's the one in your life that may need you today? I was thinking about that last night. You know, my uncle's turning 91 this month, and I hadn't talked to him in a few months. And I want to call him today. I'm gonna make it a point to call my uncle today and let him know I'm thinking about him. You know, when you get to be in your 90s like that, it's like when I was talking to my grandmother. She was 94 when she passed, but once she hit 90, she goes, you know, there's just not anybody left anymore. And I said, well, Nanny, I'm right here. She goes, she goes, well, you don't count. That's what she told me.
Wow.
In a nice way. She was joking.
Discount Rob, man.
So, but just think about the one today, and especially in our community. Maybe it's not the one person, but the one organization that you can help out. And we've got a great organization that we'll have here in just a few moments, is maybe the one that you can help out coming up pretty soon. So,
yeah, could be.
Well, anything before I know you got to get rolling? Anything else going on, man?
I'm sure there's 100 things that I'm forgetting to mention, but
there's one big one coming up today at noon.
Yeah, we're going to do a restaurant report. We're going to go to the Country Inn Steak and Seafood. Out there on the feeder road. It's kind of hard to get to. Oh, it's just where it's at, man. One of myself and Jay Money's favorite places.
Well, join us today. Join Billy today. I'll be there too, but go for Billy.
Yeah, come for me.
Come for Billy. Noon today, Country Inn
Steak and Seafood.
Steak and Seafood.
Yeah.
There was a business in Georgetown. It was called the Country Inn. It was Country Inn Suites. It was a hotel. You know, have you ever heard of the Country Inn Suite? It was a nice chain of hotels.
Seems like I have.
We did their IT work, and it was like it kind of looked like a Holiday Inn, but they had us come in and help do a bunch of IT work when they first built. Well, the guy, something had happened, and he lost his franchise with the Country Inn and Suites. You know what he did? He renamed it to the Country Ann, so he didn't have to spend a bunch of money. I mean, he literally, and the sign looked almost identical. I was like, dude, you're going to get sued for this. He's like, I don't care, man. They upset me. He goes, I lost my franchise, so I'm just going to rename it. Literally called it the Country Ann Suites, and took the other part of the logo and turned it into Ann. So the beginning, the country was still the same. The logo looked like he patched it together with duct tape. And it literally said Country and then Ann. And it was this nice building, but the logo, I was like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Did that affect his business? Or?
Let's just say about 6 months later, they were no more.
So it didn't matter what he changed the name to.
So the Country Inn probably said, you can't do that, man. Well, hey, let's take a break. Billy, appreciate you, man.
Yep.
Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They've been serving this community for a long time. When it comes that time, friends, I know it's a difficult season to go through, but please give our friends at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home a call. They're going to take care of you and be a blessing to you and your family. So thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you for wearing Hornet Green, too.
It's my Friday shirt.
Yeah, I'm not wearing it. I need to step it up.
That new coach going to be mad at you.
Coach Maybes. Good guy. We'll take a break. Hey, we're giving away Cafe Texan today, and all you got to do is text in the keyword. It is hoops for March Madness.
Hoops.
You watch any basketball?
Not since I was a kid.
I'm not a I just don't get into it as much anymore. You know, when I used to broadcast, I would watch it all the time. But I'm going to be rooting on
let me give you my old man rant here. If they would go back to shooting the ball instead of directly depositing the thing, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I mean, if you're already 9 foot tall and you can just reach up and stick the ball in the hole, where's the athletic ability there?
This definitely is a Billy Cawthon this is our new segment, the old man rant, coming next week.
Well, there you go. I got him. I'm the only 89-year-old, 44-year-old you ever met. So.
Well, all right. Well, text in the keyword hoops, HOOPS, on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line at 936-339-0139. Again, that's 936-339-0139. Billy, appreciate you, man. I'll see you at noon, brother.
Yep, I'll be there.
I almost said the Country Ann Steakhouse.
Country Ann. Hey, if that'll get you in the door, I'm sure she'll let you call it whatever you want to.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come as our friends from Sam Houston State University join us. Very important event coming up here on Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. Big news, Huntsville. The grand opening of Huntsville Executive Office Suites is happening Wednesday, March 27th, starting at 4 p.m. Join us at 2503 Lake Road for an evening of celebration with great food, live music, and entertainment for the whole family. Tour our premier office spaces, meet the team, and see why Huntsville Executive Office Suites is the perfect place for your business to thrive. Don't miss this exciting event. Bring your friends and family, and let's celebrate together. Visit HuntsvilleWorkspace.com for more details. We'll see you March 27th at 4 p.m. Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life. The church should be transformational. And maybe you've never been to church, or maybe life has left you feeling lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
This is KHSP-LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Billy Cawthon of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and you're listening to Spirit Radio, the spirit of Huntsville.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today. Braylon, say this is Spirit Radio.
This is Spirit Radio.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit
94.3. All right, friends, back as we continue on this journey this morning, 8:08. Thanks for joining us across the social, the Soch. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. Well, I guess it's called X now. Instagram. Maybe you're on Spirit Radio FM this morning. One day it'll be 94.3. We've been promoting that. We have the license to build. We just got to raise the money. And I don't like asking for money, so it's going to be a while before we get that thing built.
We will take everything you just said as a request for money.
Yeah.
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name. 46 this morning as you're waking up. Nice. Beautiful morning here in Huntsville, 73 and sunny. How about tonight, 53? Tomorrow, beautiful weekend on the way, 82. We got some rain coming in, though, on Sunday, but Saturday is going to be absolutely beautiful, so get out and enjoy it. Hey, keeping our friends down to the southeast, continued in our prayers. The fires going on down there in San Jacinto County. I haven't had any updates on that this morning, but I know yesterday there was about 2,000 acres that burned down in that area, and so just keep all of those friends in your prayers. A lot of red flag warnings continue from the Weather Service this morning. Not here, but other areas, the winds continuing to be a problem. But you know what? Brighter days are right around the corner, and it's always a bright day when we have guests on the show, including Bridget Maloney and Miss Kathleen Gilbert. Welcome in.
Hi, thank you.
Good to see you. Kathleen's a second-time guest on this show. Yes. I said, I looked, I couldn't see her because the light was on this morning. And I said, Kathleen, I said, do I know you? She goes, yeah, I've been on the show before. And then I was like, oh, it's Kathleen Gilbert. So sorry about that, Kathleen.
You're fine. Thank you.
Here today representing Sam Houston State University, the food pantry. Yes. And Bridget, appreciate you being back with us.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. How have things been? I'll start with Kathleen because we had Bridget just a few days ago, but we'll catch back in. Kathleen, let us know just how things have been going. I know you're the director over there, but just talk a little bit about what you've been up to.
We have been very busy. School is wrapping up in just a couple of weeks at Sam Houston State, but we're, just in the middle of it and pushing through and still serving students, still serving the community. So just same thing, different day.
Yeah, you said something that just, it's like school's almost over. I'm like, how does that happen? Because it feels like we just started.
Yes.
And but I love the organization. Food is such an important. It's funny because I was talking about Food Inc. and here we are. It's the food day here on the show. We got food on the table right here. But Bridget, I know you have a passion just to serve others and to serve this community. And I appreciate you having Kathleen and organizing this today. Let us know just a little bit about your involvement and your attachment to the food pantry at Sam Houston State.
Well, it started through the Alumni Association, really through the students at Sam Houston. Bearcat All Paws In is the largest volunteer initiative at Sam Houston State, and it is a one-day event that's organized by our students. And when I first came back to Huntsville in 2022, I went to the Alumni Association and said, as an alum myself, that I thought, given the fact that our university motto is the measure of a life is its service, that I thought it would be great if, as an alumni association, we did a service project. And I thought, it would be fun to partner with the student body and do something with All Paws In to show our support for the students. They're leading by example through All Paws In. What if we did something that same day? And in this true measure of a great leader, Charlie V.N. said, great idea. You lead that. So
that is a good leader. Yeah,
yes,
go ahead and do it. Yeah.
So I knew about the food pantry. I didn't know a lot about it, but I contacted Kathleen and said, do you need a food drive? Is it something that you'd be interested in? She said yes. So last year we did a one morning drive-through food drive over at First National Bank, and we're doing that again this year. But this year we have collection boxes this month out in 7 local businesses leading up to it. So it's kind of expanding on what we did last year.
Yeah, well, this is great. You talk about nutrition; it's so important. And for me at 40, almost 41, I'm a first-generation, first-time college student. It a little bit late in the game, but it's never too late. But one thing that I've enjoyed, just like Sam Houston State, ORU is very big on nutrition and educating on that. And I love the college focus on making sure that we take care of our bodies. Kathleen, food is important. And the reality is you think, man, everybody eats. Well, the truth is it's hard right now for a lot of people, especially college students. The food pantry is such an important asset to making sure that our students, our young people, are getting the nutrition that they need. Maybe highlight a little bit more about that and just y'all's direct involvement with the students and how you're keeping them fed.
So we, along with the American Heart Association, signed a healthy nutrition policy. So that's what we're aiming towards, to make sure that 60% of what we're putting on our shelves is nutrient dense. We work with our Department of Human Sciences and our nutrition and dietetic students, and they come in and they do rotations and work with the students one-on-one to be able to make sure that the students understand that their dietary and nutritious needs. And so that's what we're really focused on is, with a food pantry, you start with, you need to get food on the shelves. Now we need to get the right food on the shelves and make sure that we're providing, good, nutritious food to the students so that they can then be productive in the classroom and in the community.
That's great. Well, Bridget, you mentioned some of these events coming up. Maybe highlight a little bit more about how people can get involved in the efforts through the Alumni Association to help this initiative.
Okay. I don't want to leave any out, so I'm going to
no problem.
Flip to that page. I know it's on your website as well. Well, I might actually have that page. Okay, so the places that you can donate leading up to April 12th is the All Pause In at First National Bank from 9 until 1. But there are collection boxes at First National Bank, at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, Adler Toys, the District Attorney's Office, First National Bank, the Walker County Courthouse, and I am leaving one out. Or am I not leaving one out?
There's a bunch of them.
Yes. It's very early.
That's all right.
There's also a QR code that is on the flyer that's on the Good Morning Huntsville page, so people can make a monetary donation directly. So you don't have to wait until April 12th. There's a lot.
There it is. I was worried because you said I had it, and I know that I did.
Yes.
I was like, where's it at? I can't find it.
April the 12th, if you cannot, the Main Street office in downtown Huntsville, you can donate. So on April the 12th, you can donate. You can walk up and donate at the Main Street booth at Junkapalooza or at Huntsville National Bank. So there are so many different ways that you can donate between now and April 12th or on April 12th. And then April 12th here in Huntsville, if you cannot find a way to give to this community on April 12th, I don't know.
Come out and bring the food.
Yes.
Bring the food.
When you come down here for the Pineapple Run or Junkapalooza or any of the things going on in town, just bring some canned goods. And
I think what Bridget means is if you don't have a reason to get out, there's so much going on.
Right.
There's definitely a reason to get out and come and be a part of this. And one thing that I love about our community too is I've never been part of a community that makes things so convenient to give back. These drives help out so much. I know HLI class is having their drive for Rita B. Huff. We're having our drive that we just wrapped up on. Here's another opportunity. So simple. And what's so easy about this is you go by the grocery store, grab a few extra items, and then bring them in. Maybe, if you don't mind, Kathleen, highlight just some of the items that you're always in need of over at the food pantry.
We're always in need of canned vegetables, canned protein, any type of grain. We do accept fresh items, so any type of produce, milk, eggs, cheese, butter. We are very capable of taking any type of donation. I just ask no cooking wine. We deal with college students, so no cooking wine. But we are absolutely in need of everything. We just had a distribution this past Wednesday. We had just under 300 students come.
Wow.
Just on that one day to receive services, not including, I think we had 27 community members.
That's great. Again, be involved, and maybe you can't. Maybe something's come up, and you said, I can't really get out or go out and donate. Or maybe you're watching. We have friends that aren't even from this area that watch this program, but maybe something this morning is tugging at your heart, saying, you know what, I want to help this out. I want to help out students in Huntsville, Texas, at Sam Houston State University. Go on our website. We just showed it there. You can go to hellohuntsvilletx.com. There's a QR code. People can give monetarily as well to be able to give. Those funds used to purchase food and other things, correct?
Yes, 97% of the funds are utilized to go straight back to the students. The other 3% is bags and cleaning supplies.
Yeah, got to keep things going. So, well, Bridget, again, such an important event coming up for people to be a part of.
Right. And the one I left off, my apologies, is Ken Holland, who, of course, is our school board president.
Mm-hmm.
He and his wife give so much to this community. My apologies. He's a friend of mine.
That's all right.
Sorry that I couldn't pull that one out of my early morning brain.
Well, yeah, but no, and so if people can start donating now, they don't have to wait till the food drive also.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, Adler Toys, the City of Huntsville, the Main Street office, I believe that's Amanda Solacey over there,
Yes.
First United Methodist, Ken Holland over at Edward Jones, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Billy was just here.
Yes.
He said you came by and took a picture of him the other day.
Yes.
So he was there.
I'm getting around to all these businesses to take pictures.
Our judge, Colt Kirshen, over at Walker County Courthouse. You can go into the courthouse. So maybe you got some county business. Maybe you got some tickets over there. Go by and donate some food and pay your tickets.
Get a ticket so you have a reason to go.
Yeah. And then the Walker County District Attorney's office right around the corner as well, over at Will Durham's office. Such a great opportunity. Kathleen, talk about, if you don't mind, mention just over the years how the food pantry has grown.
Well, it started in 2014 by a group of students who were dealing with food insecurity, and they went and created their own survey and gave that out to the students, brought that to a faculty member. Faculty member then brought it to administration and created the very first food pantry at Sam Houston. Was a bookshelf in a faculty member's office. They had 17 students at their very first distribution. Wow. We just had a distribution yesterday, and I had just under 300. We have had just under 3,000 student visits since the start of this academic year, which begins in August. Again, that's not including community events that we have hosted. We hosted the Hurricane Barrel Drive, and that served 350 families in the Walker County community.
Wow.
And so we also very much strive to give back. It's not just for students at Sam Houston. Obviously, that's our mission. However, we always make sure that anytime we're doing a grant writing, we always incorporate a community engagement project. Last year, we were able to supply the summer food for the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, wow.
And so,
that's great.
through a grant. So we're always trying to give back as well, because, it's the Huntsville community that always lifts our college students up anytime that they're in need. And so any opportunity I have to give back, we're going to do that.
Yeah, it's great. There is so much collaboration with the community and Sam Houston State University. When I came here years ago, folks would say, well, there's the university and then there's Huntsville. I've never seen that. I'll be honest. I have seen so much wonderful collaboration from the university and from this community, and it goes hand in hand. And I'm going to tell you, we are so blessed to be here. And I say this all the time on the show, and I'll continue to say it. How cool is it that we have a major Division I university right here in our backyard that is investing in the next generation? I get so annoyed whenever I hear people say, there's no hope for this generation. There is tremendous hope.
Yes.
You and I have talked about it on this show. There is so much tremendous hope, and the message is so clear here in Huntsville. We love the students, and we want them to succeed and do great things, and they are, because of great initiatives like the food pantry and what y'all are doing through the Alumni Association.
And I would add, if you're able to give financially now or between now and the 12th, there's at least one food truck that was scheduled to be here this weekend that is not going to be able to come because of the highway construction.
Yeah.
So there is going to be a need that was going to be met that now won't be able to be met. So there's going to be probably, I expect, some traffic that you'll get that would have otherwise been
This whole, I'm not laughing because I know it's a serious thing, but this like, it's like the road apocalypse. I feel like I feel like it's Y2K where,
yes.
And I'm hoping that everything's going to be fine. But, you remember Y2K, everybody's like, I remember where I was at, and we thought everything was going to shut down. Mm-hmm. Well, it clicked over and everything was fine. So I'm wondering, because you keep hearing like, oh, the highway. And it's like there's this fear that's building around the highway shutting down. And I think I was driving on, where they have the new they've already bypassed the traffic right now where Smither is, so you just stay on the axis. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if it's just going to keep flowing. You know what I'm saying?
I thought there was another way to get here from Houston, but maybe big trucks can't take it.
It is going to be, I was like, no, that's my special route. It is going to be inconvenient, but I think everything's, we experienced this in Georgetown where I was so nervous. I remember when they were working on I-35, and we thought, oh no, the town's going to shut down. Same. And then when it happened,
when they were working on 35,
they've always been working on it. And then it happened, and we're like, oh, that's inconvenient, but we got through. So, but support these efforts, and please support the Sam Houston State University Food Pantry. Kathleen, I did want to ask. I would assume this runs as a nonprofit through the university. Do you know how the structure is set up? So if someone did donate, is that tax deductible?
Yes, we are under the Sam Houston Foundation umbrella.
Okay.
So, yes.
So anything that you donate is tax deductible. You always hear about that, and I don't know of many people that donate just because it's tax deductible. No. They donate because they want to donate and they want to give. Yeah. And I want to encourage you this morning to give and give back. Besides the donations, are there opportunities for volunteers to come in? Maybe people from the community, or do the students mainly do that? Maybe someone's watching this morning saying, I'm going to give financially, I'm going to bring some food, but I also want to come and serve. Are those doors open to anyone?
That is currently just open for students. We have so many student organizations that need volunteer hours, and so we would love to allow the community, but currently it is just for the Sam Houston students because we are a smaller space. And so, but to help out, if you're not able to assist monetary or product, just raising awareness. I tell everybody, the number one thing that you can do is raise awareness, because you don't know who is dealing with food insecurity, who's struggling, because it's just not something, hunger is not something that's necessarily seen. So raising awareness of services and that we're out there, and just other nonprofits like the Good Shepherd Mission saying, hey, there's help out there. Just raising awareness of these services is the number one thing that you can do.
Yeah.
And you can volunteer on the day of, on April 12th.
For the food drive.
It's just my email address is on the flyer on your website. Just contact me and sign up for whatever time you want to come.
Yeah, you mentioned the food insecurity part, Kathleen, and it is such a serious thing, because it helps me to stop and take a deep breath and not take for granted that I was able to eat today. And the unfortunate news is, right here in our community, there are people that are having a hard time eating, and especially students. And so be mindful of that, and offer support and help these students out. Let them know you love them. That's what we do in Huntsville. We hug people. We tell them we love them. That's what Huntsville's all about.
Well, I'm very thankful for Kathleen and her student assistants who work over in the food pantry. They do a tremendous job, and
thank you. Well,
glad that we have you.
We thank you for doing this drive, because after our distribution, our shelves are wiped out, and so we have to start all over again trying to get that product on the shelf.
We know Subway moved out over there close to y'all. That could be an extension of the food pantry over there. So
yes, we do miss our Subway.
Yeah, the new one, I was kind of they moved it down the road. Mm-hmm. That place is slammed every day now because the parking. It's easy to get in and out of there. But yeah, I used to walk from church here, and I'd go walk over there and have lunch. I can't walk that much farther, so that was about my limit. Check out the food pantry. Let's help them out, and again, be a part of these drives that are coming up. Big one coming up here, just right down the road in
Saturday,
April. Yeah, so Saturday, April the 12th, and you can right now though. You don't have to wait until April the 12th. You can start giving at Adler Toys. Again, the Huntsville Main Street office, downtown, First United Methodist Church, Ken Holland, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, Walker County Courthouse, and Will Durham's office. Cool. Thanks. Bridget, anything else?
If you would like, you can swing through Vera Bank on Saturday, make a donation to the Rita B. Huff Humane Society, and then scan this QR code for the food pantry at the same time.
Wonderful.
Feed the pets and the people.
There you go. Feed the pets and the people. And feed them up, cats. Is that y'all's motto
Yes,
with the food pantry?
feed them up, cats.
Feed them up, cats. All right. Well, thank you, Kathleen. Always great to see you. Thank you, Kathleen. Appreciate you very much. Thank you, Bridget. All right. Wonderful things happening here in our community. Hey, speaking of food, I got some Cafe Texan to give away today.
Fun.
You guys been over there in a while? It's good eating.
It is.
We are giving away a Cafe Texan gift card. All you got to do is text in the keyword. It's hoops. Y'all watching any hoops? Any college hoops, Bridget?
My TV's been stuck on Channel 22 since Fair on the Square.
Kathleen, you watch any college hoops?
I have my oldest son, Colton, and my youngest son, Jackson, and my husband, Chris. And so, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's on all the time right now.
On.
That's the keyword hoops. Text it in to 936-339-0139 along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. We'll take one final break. We'll wrap it up when we come back. Stay with us. It's your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville here on a very faithful Friday, brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. The church should be transformational. And maybe you've never been to church, or maybe life has left you feeling lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Looking for the perfect office space? Drive success with premier office spaces in Huntsville at Huntsville Executive Office Suites. Raven Property Management has moved in, and we're on site ready to give you a tour at 2503 Lake Road. Whether you're a startup, small business, or an established company, our Class A offices provide the professional environment you need to thrive. Flexible leases, modern amenities, and a prime location. This is where business gets done. Execute your success today. Visit HuntsvilleWorkspace.com to schedule your tour.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust.
This is Billy Cawthon of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and you're listening to Spirit Radio, the spirit of Huntsville.
Welcome back at it here as we wrap it up on a very faithful Friday. Shout out Kyle Kreiner, bringing by some La Michoacana. It's always good when Kyle shows up. Not only good friend, good camaraderie. Oh, hey Kyle, I got an application here for the Elks Lodge. We'd like for you to join. Did Billy give you one? Man, Billy. We're working on growing that club over there, man. It's a good organization to be a part of. Come join us. Come hang out with us. Hey, welcome back in, Huntsville. Let us know how you are this morning. I wanted to take a brief moment and just say thank you to all of you that are with us. Many people are joining us, including Kyle Kreiner this morning. Kyle saying good morning, y'all. Good morning to you, my friend. He's here in studio with us. Jamie Saucier over at Saucier Woodworks saying good morning, friends. Kyle said he needed Billy to meet him outside because he brought in all this food this morning to us. I haven't been able to pig out on it yet, but I will after the show today. Man, what is this, Kyle? Is this a jalapenos or something? Man, look, we got jalapenos. We got breakfast tacos. Quentin Glaze, our number one engager, joining us. Good morning to you. He's got the basketballs up there celebrating a little March Madness going on. Autumn Wheaton, love y'all. Love what Autumn says here, saying, good morning, Huntsville family. Happy Friday. Matt McLeod joining us. Good morning to you, Matt. Saying good morning to Billy and the rest of the crew. Jason Thompson over at Guardian Defense. Jason, good to see you this morning. How about Jennifer Augustinetti? Always love to see all of our friends here. Jennifer saying good morning, a fabulous Friday, saying have a blessed weekend. My good buddy Brian Smith all the way up in Fargo saying have a wonderful weekend to Rob, to me, and to all of us here in Huntsville, man. So good to see you. Rebecca joining us, my sister. Love you, sis, saying good morning to us as well. Many, many, many others chiming in today. Phyllis Dillard, good morning to you. Always great to see you. How about Paul Oley? Paul, good to see you. We love you, man. Paul Oley joining us today. Mayor Humphrey saying, let's go. Let's go, Huntsville. But we need one of those official Mayor Humphrey. Oh, yeah. We're going to get that recorded, Russell. So good to see you on this morning as well. Well, hey, friends, again, appreciate all of you. Great things happening throughout our community. You can find out more information on our website of all the events happening here and around in Huntsville at HelloHuntsvilleTX.com. And the drive's coming up, the Rita B. Huff. That one is a big one coming up tomorrow. Have it right behind. We've had it up here since Wednesday, but 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Veribank parking lot. You can go to rbhumanesociety.org to find out exactly what items you need to bring. They're very specific, by the way, on the dog food, so don't just show up with any dog food, but please help out if you can. Today, National Common Courtesy Day today. I think we all need a little common courtesy. So, Kyle said there ain't nothing common about it. It's National Crunchy Taco Day. I guess you could have a soft taco day. So it's National Crunchy. National Fragrance Day today. National Fragrance. Kyle, you National Memory Day. Oh, I forgot to put on my fragrance this morning. National Memory Day. National Countdown Day. National French Bread Day. It's also National California Strawberry Day. Didn't even know. I heard of California raisins, but I didn't know there was California strawberries. Also, to all the single parents out there, I know that can be a tough job, but it is National Single Parent Day and also National Teenager Day today. And it's also the first very full day of spring. I had no idea today's the first full day of spring. Scott Eastwood, that's Clint Eastwood's son. He turns 39 today. Former NFL running back Adrian Peterson is 40 years old today. Boy, Matthew Broderick. This one's tough because I just got through watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I watched War Games. Matthew Broderick, 63 years old today. Yes, Ferris Bueller's 63. Yes, he's taking the day off. Bueller, 63 today. The oldest Cosby kid, Sabrina LeBeau, she is 67 today. Gary Oldman turned 67 as well. And former NFL coach of the Raiders, Tom Flores, he's 88 years old. Used to remember Coach Flores back in the day with the Raiders. The first full day of spring, by the way. Why not open up lines? I was going to say, why don't we open up our phone lines and have people fill in the blank? Here's some spring March things, though. Think about these. Think about these, Kyle. I ran over a blank with my lawnmower. Snake, all right? Where is the biggest tree in town? Biggest tree here in Huntsville. Do you know where it is? First one that pops into my mind, the Christmas tree that they put up on the square. A lot of different things. Here, fill in the blank, Kyle. I'd eat a worm for what? What would you eat a worm for? $20. He was quick. I was like, $20. I'll eat it quick. Oh, good stuff, man. Well, happy spring. Happy spring. Happy spring to everybody out there. By the way, if you got a bunch of insects around your house, just wanted you to know these facts today. The best time to spray your household for insects, 4 p.m. It's the best time to spray. I have no idea why. No matter where you work, chances are you curse at somebody or something about 55 times a week. So don't matter where you're at. Kyle's raising his hand. Number one thing that we do out of habit is sleep on the same side of the bed. Sitting on the same spot in the couch came in second. 19% of remote workers have worked from their closet. 19% of them have worked in the closet. 20 years ago, every adult knew how to write a check. Almost every adult 20 years ago knew how to write a check. Now it's only about 75% of us. I would say that that's probably even less now. Crowns, the most likely thing that a kid will stick up their nose. You know what number 2 is? A French fry. Crowns, number one thing that they'll stick up their nose. What did I say? Say it wrong? Crayon? How do you say it? Crayons? Crayons. I got to put a little Cajun flair to it. Oh, down here, there's crayon down here. Now, my nose down here. Crayons. What did I say? Crown? I said it wrong? That's how we said it in Georgetown. Crown. Crayons, the number one thing you put in your nose if you're a kid. Average man, this is a good one, spends 7 hours a year hiding in the bathroom. 7 hours a year hiding in the bathroom, most men. Boy, this is one that takes me back. Now, I wasn't born in the 70s, but I was born in the 80s. But in the 1970s, most people learned to drive a stick-shift vehicle, manual transmission. But today, only 20% of people know how to drive manual. You don't see a lot of manual transmissions on the market anymore. Out of 100,000 paper clips released throughout one company's workforce, who counts this stuff? 5,308 were used to clean under fingernails. So just be mindful. I used to go to the bank and get paper clips because they always had so many of them to give away. That's where I'd get my paper clips. There's probably a good chance that a lot of those were used for fingernails. Just keep that in mind. Americans lose over $5 million a year by not collecting change out of vending machines. So we need to start a business that we go and collect loose change out of vending machines. It'll be a $5 million a year business. The automobile, huge expense in our lives. But did you know this? We pay so much for a car, but here's an interesting fact. It's such a big part of our lives. But did you know that 95% of the time your car's not being used? One of the biggest expenses you have outside of your house or rent or those things. But your vehicle doesn't get used 95% of the time. That really puts it in perspective. And then finally, that's it, really. That's all we got today. So if you're worried about natural disasters, I've got a couple of things here for you today. The safest cities from natural disasters. Lynchburg, Virginia, making the number one list. It's a lot of Virginias, by the way. Roanoke, Virginia. Auburn, Alabama. Alexandria, Virginia. Macon, Georgia. Bloomington, Indiana. Richmond, Virginia. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Rochester, Minnesota. The reason I read this, I grew up in Central Texas. Number 10 in the list. Safest cities from natural disasters. Round Rock, Texas, right outside of Austin. Safest cities. Least. Now, we said the safest. Here's the least safest cities from natural disasters. Hemet, California. I'm wondering if maybe that's something to do with an earthquake and fires. Southgate, California. Miami Gardens, Florida. Compton, California. Pharr, Texas. P-H-A-R. Never heard of Pharr, Texas. Have you heard of Pharr, Texas? Where's that at, Kyle? Pharr, Texas. Hill country. Maybe tornadoes. Tornado out. I don't know. El Monte, California. Carson, California. Largo, Florida. Deerfield Beach, Florida. And then Cicero, Illinois. Those are the least safest cities from natural disasters. I have no idea who comes up with this stuff. I would put Huntsville, Texas at the top of the list of the safest city. So come on and be a part of it. Hey, let's head over to our 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. We got a winner today for our Cafe Texan gift card. And here we go. Kyle's waiting on his phone to ring.
Hey, Rob.
Good morning. Who are we talking to?
David Beatty.
Oh, David Beatty. Wow. David, you've never won on this show before.
No, you always skip over me, man.
Well, not today, brother. David Beatty, the winner of Cafe Texan. How you doing? What are you up to, man?
Just trying to keep everybody safely insured.
Well, there you go. AIM Agencies. He'll get you on the right site there. Hey, that's a good motto. AIM Agencies, he'll get you on the right site. You like that one, David?
Yeah. How's Billy doing?
It'll cost you a Cafe Texan gift card, all right?
Okay.
Billy had to head out a little bit early, man. So it's just me wrapping up the show today. And man, I appreciate you, David. Hey, plug your business real quick. What do you do? I'll give you a chance. Plug your business real quick, David.
Well, it's tax season right now, so we're helping people get their taxes squared away, doing tax preparation. AIM Agency stands for Insurance and Multi-Service. And so we're helping a couple of our local businesses get their insurance settled right. Some are paying a little too much. Some don't have the right coverages, and just make sure they have the right coverages for the right price.
Great. And David, also plug the church real quick. You're a pastor at a church here in town. I wanted you to highlight that. You do some incredible work, my friend.
Grace Baptist Church, we had a great Sunday last night. Looking forward to this weekend. On the April 6th, we're going to have evangelist Dan Knickerbocker.
Oh, awesome.
Hey, Mr. Knickerbocker, bobbity bop, right?
Yeah.
But we're evangelist Dan Knickerbocker, first time he's been in Huntsville, and looking forward to that. That's April 6th.
Great.
Couple Sundays before Easter.
Well, wonderful. You can find out that, by the way, just for our audience, Grace Baptist Church is on Facebook. David Beatty, also doing insurance, but a pastor here in our community. David, man, we love you, buddy. Congratulations. $25 to Cafe Texan. And before I let you go, what are you most thankful for about Huntsville, Texas, man?
Just the camaraderie in our community, that we look out for each other, we take care of each other.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, God bless you, brother. I'll have that card ready for pickup anytime next week, Monday through Thursday. All right.
All right. Appreciate it, Rob.
All right.
Good day.
You too. Have a blessed day. There he is, David Beatty, the winner today. And David, by the way, is also a pilot, and he took me up in a little airplane a few months ago, and we had an awesome about an hour flight cruising over Huntsville and New Waverly in that area. Just a great asset to our community. So thank you, David, and congratulations. Well, hey, friends, that'll wrap it up. We got a busy day here on a Friday, but we love all of you. Appreciate you for hanging out with us this week. Busy week already lining up next week as well. Big thank you, as always, on a Friday to Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and big shout-out to Bridget Maloney and Kathleen Gilbert for coming on today talking about the Sam Houston State University Food Pantry. Make sure that you follow our website at hellohuntsvilletx.com for all of these events and how you can be involved. And, of course, a very special thank you to Kyle Kreiner, the Brisketeer of Huntsville, coming in today, dropping off some La Michoacana. I can't wait to dig into it here once I sign off. As I end every broadcast, friends, reminding you today that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Hey, have a wonderful and a very blessed weekend. We will be back at it Monday at 7:30. Until then, good morning, Huntsville. God bless, and so long. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
In the valley, you are with me. Every step I take, through the shadows, through the trials, you will make a way. You're my refuge, you're my rescue. Even in my pain, you are faithful, you are constant. You will never change. It's all up, up, up from here. Your love lifts me, wipes my fear. Mountains rise, valleys clear. It's all up, up, up from here. You turn mourning into dancing, sorrow into joy. You bring beauty from the ashes, every life restored. I will praise